Welcome to Dimapur 24/7. Viewers, Aji Dimapur de unhygienic food kuina. Idula messages to ekdam ekta round de ase. Apni kan sob jani ase. Unhygienic food Dimapur de beshi ase kuina ami kan bi khobor pai thake. Ami kala viewers kan bi apni kan bi kitia bado khobor pai thake kuina ami janai di ase. To itulo upor de আজি আমি খান খবর পা দো CNCCI ব্রা একটা বেশি ভাল স্টেপ লই কিনা তাহান তো ডিমাপুরে তাহান রেক্টিফাই করা আছে আনহাইজিনিক ফুডস খান আনহাইজিনিক ফ্যাক্টরিজ খান কোদে কোদে আছে তাহান তো স্টপ করবলে বেশি একটা ভাল কাম করি কিনা আছে কিনা মই জানাই দি আছে এগুলো ওপরে আজি আমি খান বর্মা কেম এরিয়াতে আছে এটু এরিয়াতে আমি খান আই কিনা আজি CNCCI চেয়ারম্যান তাইকে আমি খান ফোন করি না মাতিছে স্পটে মাতি কিনা তাই পৰা আমি খান ইনফরমেশন বি লব I will look for detailed information.
First of all, I really want to thank the media fraternity, especially the Nagaland TV, for exposing the unhygienic uh, trade that has been carried out by the Popsicle. I think Popsicle is one brand that has been trusted by Nagas, and it was very heartening to notice that. But I think again the patheticness of the condition of Naga Popsicle has been exposed 2-3 years back as well. I'm surprised that the popsicle is still in the same state. So we are very surprised. We want to thank the media fraternity for exposing that, the business community as well as the media fraternity. We are all working for the good of our society, and we need to work hand in hand. And with the exposure of those popsicle thing, I think we business community are on our foot. We are trying to ensure that certain regulations, certain standards are in place now. So all of us has woken up, the media, thanks to media, the consumers, the business community, we have all woken up. So we'll see to that the you know certain systems and standards are maintained in our state. I think in respect to Popcycle, I think the government order was too flimsy. I think more action should have initiated. And I cannot say against my business community, but I think which is in the daylight cannot be hidden. So sometimes I feel that the effort put in by our media friends has gone in vain. That's what I feel. So I think we need to encourage that. We need to support each other, and I'm fully behind the media fraternity in exposing such unethical businesses. So I thank you all. Now, in respect to this FSSI and then the hygienicness of our food products in Nagaland, I think with the coming of our Commissioner Secretary Mr. Khekugha Muru, yes, I think things have got more boost again. So I appreciate the department as well as, but they need to fasten the belt, ensure that the checks are done thoroughly, standards are maintained, because this cannot be compromised. It's about public health. It cannot be compromised. Therefore, a small flimsy excuses to rectify or make things should not be done. In the first place, it should be sealed by the competent authority, satisfy themselves first, and then I think they should let it run again. So I think on that, we want to say that on the issue of unhygienic food products in Nagaland, especially in Dimapur as well as any part of Nagaland, I think we CNCCI as an Apex Chamber of Commerce, we are trying to formulate few things where business community also has to have some kind of responsibility. They cannot just always get away, because at the end of the day, they are feeding the public. So either somebody sees it or not, they have to, be conscious about their practices. And that is where we are going to streamline few things. We are coming up with few, guidelines apart from government. So we have been activated, I think, with the exposure of few more food production units. I think we are on our foot. working on it.
Okay, sir. After that burst of popsicle, I think our public are also more cautious, and they
Yes.
have been putting up lots of caution against different business, food processing, especially the
Right.
food processing units which have been running inside Dimapur.
Mm.
Because as we know, the Dimapur city is the commercial hub of Nagaland.
Right.
So now the question is, we heard that as you are the chairman of CNCCI, you are present here, and we have called you specially. And some of the beggars, the
Mm.
questions were like, why don't you go and check
Right.
those
Right.
bakeries who are baking these foods
Right.
that we're
Right.
consuming every day. So we heard and we also got that information. So there is few of bakeries,
Right.
they are
Right.
going against their ethical
Right.
ethical processing, and their criteria of FSSI are not been fulfilled.
Right.
So I think CNCCI is looking after that, and
Yes.
today they have got one business or two more, I think. So what are the things? Can you highlight on that?
I think there are few baking units we have which normally we go across. I think few of them we have instructed them to stop operating, and I have personally told them that unless you certify, you you satisfy the criteria, it should not be functional. So I have personally ensured that few of the production unit bakeries have been uh, uh, called to stop. I cannot say seal because I have no competent authority, but I have told them no, strictly instructed them that until and unless the criteria is met, they will not be allowed to function. So I think we are also on the job, and we will ensure that as much as these notices or information are brought to our knowledge, we will also swing into action. We will support you. Please update us also, so that we will work hand in hand. At the end of the day, it is you, it is me, it is my children who is consuming it. So all of us, we are very happy that you have called me this morning to shed the light on what steps we are taking. Especially in Dimapur, again, like this is where the CCI is authorized body, and we are in touch with DCCI on all the issues. And once the blueprint of what guidelines that we uh, comes out, it will not be only given to Dimapur. It will be given across the state. So hopefully, given across the state, our units are all in all the district chambers. So hopefully we will have a better, I see that this is the beginning of a change in our food processing and hygiene in terms of hygiene. So it's a beginning of a change, and I see that in next few months or a year, I think we'll have a better, food products in Nagaland.
Okay. So regarding to that, as it is concerning to the public,
Mm.
so will the CNCCI or either DCCI will be meeting with the competent authorities regarding to check on hygienic things and the food processing?
I think on and off, I think it's always shared over the public space also in media, in social media, or even in, for that matter, in print media. And you all are doing wonderful job. So I think the appraisal is sufficient. But if needed be, we will definitely see to that. We will meet them. But again, I'm reminding myself, not just a particular incident, but the inability to take a stringent exemplary action is one of the reason why these things repeats. So I think it's time that we need to ensure that the stringent actions are taken, so that in the process everyone falls in line. So I think this is a great interaction. I thank you all for the opportunity.
So last question that I want to ask, as it is not only the media just taking the initiative to check on these things, but now after the popsicle, people are more cautious, which I said earlier
right.
also, and they are giving us information that those this and that units are running unhygienically.
Right.
So we got the information
Right.
and we called you up and
Right.
let you to check on the matter.
Yeah.
So those which then CNCC has corporate handled today. So what are the notice or is there any instruction, as you said earlier, has been given to them? So for how many days they will not be functioning with their production?
No, I think there are a few units which came to our knowledge, and we have instructed them that they should not operate. So last 2 3 days, I think they have stopped operating on it, and I think I have no authority, as I've said. I cannot seal it, but they will definitely listen to us. And I think they have stopped operating it. So I think I have clearly instructed that until and unless the criteria is met, we cannot, we will not allow to be functional. So for me, not to, it is not my authority to go and see whether the criteria is met or not. Of course, I'll satisfy myself, but I think the department also has to see in future that all those units in Nagaland are functioning with a proper standard.
Okay, yes, sir. You mean that the authority should now come out and check on each and every processing units to check on either they are hygienic or unhygienic?
I think it's definitely it is the duty of an authority, and they are there to do that. So there's no question. Yeah.
Okay,
So I
thank you.
would like to ask you one last question, sir. That as we are talking about unhygienic foods, so would you like to share any messages to our public or to our Dimapurians that what food they should exclude from their life right now? As we have seen many factories or in many things, all the foods are coming unhygienically. So any message that you'd like to share?
I think here again it's very difficult because, for example, even vegetables comes with with lots of pesticides. So technically, I think we need I think some few years back we even discussed about setting up a laboratory where when the issue of formalin in the fish came up, we discussed that there has to be a laboratory where food testing has to be done. It's a big city, lots of factories, lots of vendors, so it cannot be checked every shop. But at least random checking will keep it check, at bay. Those people who are indulging in all those unhygienic practices. So I will definitely encourage the department to set up a proper laboratory, mobile laboratory, and see that periodical testings are randomly carried out in all the marketplace. Because, for example, we are talking about here we are in Dimapur, so our product may be unhygienic to us, but who guarantees that that comes out outside from the state is hygienic? So unless we have a, you know, unless we have a system in place which tests the quality of a food, I think it becomes very difficult for which to prescribe which food to take, which food not to take. So I think it's now again it has to be an effort from all the angles. The business community, the government has to do its part, the authority has to do its part by training, giving more trained personnel, setting up lab, as well as the media has to be keep your eyes open as you have done that for last so many years, and as well as the business community has to ensure that at the end of the day it's my customer, it's my children, it's my family, it's my society. So that thing has to go in. Then I think we'll be in a better position. Yeah. Thank you.